name's Karen Sangram and welcome to Conquer Crochet, the channel for tips, tricks and techniques for conquering your crochet. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single stitch. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you lots of different hacks and tips to help make your crochet life that much easier. So if you're ready to do this, hit the like button below. Let's do this. Yarn balls can be pretty expensive, but you can make your own using things around the house. This wire basket's really useful. Pop in your cake, thread through your yarn, and then you'll be able to pull through your yarn as and when it is needed as you're crocheting. Alternatively, you could use one of these cutlery drainers, which is from IKEA. Again, pop your cake of yarn inside and thread the yarn through one of the holes on the side. You can put it through whichever one you fancy depending on what level you're working. Best to have it at your height of crocheting. So a top tip for when you're coming to the end of a row and you want to stop for the night, or you get a knock at the door and you need to stop what you're doing and going to answer it, is to pull the last stitch you made, leave a long stitch, and there you have less chance of it actually unraveling. So if you just pop into the front door, that's a really useful one. If you're going to be leaving it overnight or somewhere where somebody else may see it, they might get hold of it. I'm thinking your children or dogs and cats who like to play with our crochet. If you use a stitch marker and just hook the stitch marker into your last stitch, that won't come undone and your crochet will be safe. Alexa, set a 60-minute timer.
1 hour, starting now.
If you're planning on crocheting for a long time, make sure you set a timer so that you're not sitting in one position for too long. Alexa, stop. And once your timer goes off, get out of your chair and go and do something. Take yourself out for a walk in the fresh air. Do some exercise. Make sure you do some stretches, your body as well as your hands. And whilst you're up, you might as well make yourself a nice cup of tea. Mind you, hold back on the biscuits. If you print your patterns from the internet, why not use a Polly Pocket, take your pattern and use a whiteboard pen to mark off where you are in your rows. You can always use a tissue to wipe it off afterwards. So find where you are in your pattern, pop the piece of paper inside the Polly Pocket, and then after you've finished each row, take your whiteboard marker pen and tick off the rows as you're doing them. That way then your pattern will stay pristine and you can use it again and again, and when you have finished with all the marks, you can simply get yourself a tissue and wipe them off and your pattern's ready to go again. Here's a top tip if you often use patterns from books. Use a Frixium pen, which is from the company called Pilot, and you can mark off inside your book, and I know some of you are going, no, don't write in the book, but you can tick off the pages and your rows that you've already done in your book. You can see there that I have my ticks, and then using the other end you can rub out your tick marks or any of the writing that you have, and there is no mark left on your book. Ergonomic hooks can be really expensive, but you can make your own using these pencil grips which children use to help them hold pencils in primary school. Take your hook, slot over the pencil grip and hold your hook as normal. This one is a foam style. This one is a plastic one, but it has more of an ergonomic feel so you know where to put your thumb and your finger. If you find that your pencil grip is sliding, put a glue dot onto your crochet hook, squeeze it tight and you'll find that it won't slide around your hook anymore. So today I have another crochet hack for you using a bowl, your yarn and a bulldog clip. Put the bulldog clip on the side of the bowl, pick up your yarn and place it in the bowl and thread the end of your yarn through both of the handles on the bulldog clip. You now have your own yarn bowl. Happy hooking! Tip is all about having good posture when you're crocheting. If you sit slouched, you're going to put pressure on your neck and your lower back, which really isn't a good idea if you're wanting to crochet for a long time. Equally, having your feet up can also put pressure on your lower back, so try to avoid this if you can. The ideal position to sit in is with your bottom as far back as you can on the sofa and your legs at a 90-degree angle. That way then you're not putting pressure on your back and you're not putting pressure on your neck. Ideally, having cushions either side to support your arms is the best way for you to crochet. Happy hooking! So that was a roundup of all my favourite hacks and tips for crocheters. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell when you subscribe because you don't want to miss a single stitch. There are also 2 other videos on screen for you to help you on your crochet journey. Thank you so much for joining me today and happy hooking!